Good afternoon, Dr. Bates. Good afternoon, fellow classmates. I'm Carlos Farias, and I'm going to deliver my wow speech. Many of us have experienced traumatizing events throughout our lives. These events can affect us differently depending on what time in our life they happen to us. In my case, this happened when I was a junior in high school. The point with this speech is that even though we don't see God, even though we don't feel God, He's absolutely present in our lives. He's constantly working, and He does not give up on us. We're going to see how one incident can change the way someone lives their life, followed by the new safety measures learned after the incident, finishing up with the final outcome of these new measures brought to my life. Living recklessly. That's how I was living prior to the incident. I had gotten into a summer program once my junior year ended. And I knew exactly what I wanted to buy once I get paid, once the program ended. See, I lived very far from my high school. It was about 30 minutes away in car and 2 hours in bus. 3 years of commuting in bus tired me out, and I knew I needed a car. So I bought the car after the program ended, and honestly the excitement overwhelmed me. I didn't know how to manage it. I didn't know what to do. So the only thing that came up to my mind was have fun with it. I was staying out late, hanging out with friends late, and doing reckless things. I had the car for about 3 weeks when I had run out of money and I needed some money before school started. That's why I decided to get into a race the night before my senior year started. That's how I ended up at the crash site. Now that we know how I ended up in this situation, this is how things developed. First of all, life isn't a video game. It's all about surviving. And that's what I was trying to do, or at least I thought I was trying to do. A race is very dangerous, especially for someone that has a Toyota Corolla. That's not a race car. And I didn't reflect on that prior to the incident. So, the way things developed were, I was actually in the first place. And I was about to win. The only thing that was after me was a turn, a very sharp turn that I completely forgot about. I was going up about 70, 80 miles per hour when I see the turn coming up. And even though I pressed brake, there was no way I was gonna make it. Right before I crashed into the pole, I clearly felt something took me out of the car. Everything went black right before I crashed. To me, it felt like 2 seconds that I was in the darkness, but actually it was about 5 minutes. It was like I was passed out. The guy that was behind me had time to park about 3 blocks away and run his way back. The moment I opened my eyes, I got out of the car and I saw him running towards me. And the excitement once again overwhelmed me. I didn't know how to react. I started screaming, checking my body, seeing if I didn't have anything broken. And indeed I didn't. Like I said, it was like something took me out of the crash and brought me back in. And that's God. I know that's God. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 16, we read, "A wise man is cautious and turns away from evil, but a fool is arrogant and careless." The point with this is that after the crash, I reflected and I realized I needed to do some changes in my life. My car was gone, but my life wasn't. So I decided to take and make new measures in order to take care of my life. After I decided to apply these new measures, there were a lot of positive results in my life. I decided to put safety first. And I started driving 60 miles per hour in the freeway, which pisses a lot of people off. I started to having less fun, which is good for my safety. And what I mean by less fun is that I stopped staying out late. I put my studies, family, and my own life first before fun. And that's how the positive results affected my life. To conclude, once again, God is absolutely present in our lives. I don't see how I could have survived such tremendous crash, going 70 or 80 miles per hour, crashing into a pole. There's no way an airbag could save my life. God provided me with another chance, and He showed me a new path. He also showed me the new measures I should take in order to take care of my life, which started a better and safer life for myself. Even though we can't see Him, you can feel His presence in times like this. The moment you think God has abandoned you, He will show up. Thank you.